So, a viral meme claims Bill Gates said US citizens must accept digital IDs by 2028 or else. So we're going to look at some of this, man. See what's going on with this from the Yahoo News. First, we're going to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Harakah, Kwadash, double honors to other elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all the 144,000 elect out there. Aria coming back at you with a quick lesson. We're going to see where the Spirit lead takes us. So this is from the Yahoo. Man, what's this man talking about? Because I saw this on the chat and it's reasonably fresh off the press right now. So this is one of his claims. Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates said that US citizens must accept digital IDs by 2028 or face exclusions from society. And there'll be, the so-called true speakers on TikTok or the Instagram saying, "Who does this man think he is? If does he think he's God?" Because they ain't very impressed, and that's that's the hillbillies. I think the hillbillies are the rednecks, the common white folk, and here we have one of the elites, and there's gonna be he's getting a backlash right now. There's a backlash right now. TikTok always be doing their videos, their the Instagram and all of that. They've always got a lot to say. The common folk. So yeah, we got some precepts. We're gonna hit some precepts. We're gonna carry on reading hit some of the bullet points here. More about Bill Gates. All right, the digital ID must be accepted by US citizens by 2028, otherwise risks exclusion from society. The theme. So wonder what I.U.I.C would have to say about this, and all the other Power Ranger camps that don't push. And we know the GMS. This is the 100% truth. We're giving it to you straight, skinny, and we have one of your own. You know, the from the horse's mouth, so to speak, from the Edomite's mouth, out of his own mouth, man. Tongue them falling upon themselves. Psalm 64. All right. So the theme said Bill Gates' digital ID must be accepted by U.S. citizens by 2028. So even you got Christians talking about this as well. Right, you got the elite now coming out and saying it now. This is a heavy hitter. Yeah, otherwise risk exclusion from society, as Snobes explained in 2020. Explained in a 2020 fact check, a digital ID is both a real concept that Gates has. So this I'm gonna give a what do I call that, man? Let me carry on reading. Gates had championed a buzzword. Was that Bull's word for Bill Gates' conspiracy theorists as a real concept? This man here snobed, saying it's real. As a real concept, he merely refers broadly to technology involving the cloud-based storage of personal identification documents or otherwise files acceptable only with consent of the owner but available anywhere in the world. So I'm reading it from the news here, right? That's the disclaimer. I'm just reading it verbatim from the news. We ain't adding anything to it or taking away, right? And there's no videos. I don't gotta play no videos. It's here right in front of you. Yeah, to conspiracy theories, to concepts. Concepts is evidence of a group of unelected global elites who want a digital control and surveil society. The theme is questioned. Did not display an actual quote. So that's the point, man. That's the point. By Gates, however, the global quote stems from the December 2023 headlines on the website The People Voice that blends real news events with false and conspiracy details. right? If you want to read all of that, but the point is there, right there, and that's really what we're basing this video on, right? So what have you to say now, I.U.I.C? What have you to say now? Here we have it, the M.O.T.B, right? Right there. So what have you to say now, I.U.I.C? That's probably going to be the title of my video. Now, let me hit some precepts. The first one is Romans chapters 3, and we're going to hit 3. Of what if some did not believe? Right? Because we've got a lot of disbelievers out there, scoffers and haters, and people that just want to be in denial, or people that just took the bag, right? It's them Power Ranger camps, and it's becoming more and more plain and obvious regarding the name, right? You said the name, right? Bishop Nathaniel or Elder Nathaniel, you said the name. Brothers been talking about it. Elders and apostles have been going in about it. Your very fresh videos that you be doing on the name, right? So you're well aware of the name, and also, right, so you would be aware of this, yeah? For what if some did not believe? What shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Right? People want to be in denial, right, and trying to shove that down the elect's throats, but it doesn't make it in effect. Doesn't make the truth a lie. It doesn't make it in effect. It's very effective, and those who know, know. For those who already know, know. But for those who don't know, now you know. Now you do know. So it ain't gonna make it. You can't deny what's in front of your face right here. You can't deny it. Right? It's irrefutable. And you're gonna get still people who want to come up and come up with all kinds of deflections, and they're just time wasting. So we know better. Back to Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Impossible. Irrefutable. Right, now we're going to get some precepts on the M.O.T.B, right, to back up. You even got the Edomite, them come out, man, and the tongues falling upon themselves. But that's all the Spirit of the Lord anyway. Right? Man's going is of the Lord. The king is in the heart of Yahweh. Right? The king's heart is in the Most High's hand. And man's going is of the Lord. All those scriptures there. Right there. So we've got the precepts to back this one up. This is in Revelation 16 to the point now. Revelation 13 rather, and 16 says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Right, that's talking about the M.O.T.B, right, or the charagma. Right, that's gonna be inserted here. What did they refer to it as? Right, digital ID. Right, and they're giving you an ultimatum. He's put it out there. Some want to call it a conspiracy theory or whatever the case may be, but you cannot make a truth. What is being said in the scriptures, you cannot make it a lie. Yeah, doesn't make it in effect. Let me read it again. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without faith? Right? Whatever you want to title it, M.O.T.B, tag, bag and tag, or tag and bag, or digital ID, right? It all falls in line with what we're reading here right now, right? Small and great, right? He calls it small and great, rich and poor, free and bond to receive a mark in their hand, all right? The scriptures refer to it as the mark, and we know it's the mark of the beast, all right? Digital ID. So you can't make the truth a lie. You can't refute the scriptures. You can't even from their own mouth. Psalm 64, the tongue is a fooling upon themselves right there. Right? And there's going to be consequences, right? For those, let me read Revelation chapters 4:20 and verse 4. And says, I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua Mashiach, and for the word of Yahweh, right? And which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their forehead, right? Again, there's that mark, right? The charagma, right? Digital ID, right? The tag and bag, Yeah, all those but we know it as the mark of the beast in the scriptures. Yeah. So these are for those that don't, who stand their ground and don't accept it, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahushua and Mashiach. Right? There you go. 1,000 years, right? So that's the elect is talking about here. Those who, it says, and I saw thrones and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded, right? This is what lies ahead. Future prophecies. For the witness of Yahushua Mashiach, for the word of Yahweh, which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads, right? And their reward, there's a great reward, right? And the elect are programmed not to follow a multitude to do evil, right? We're those men coming back. We say that we're the hopeful elect, those men coming back, and we're programmed not to accept it. And the elect ain't going to accept it, but they are going to be rewarded for not accepting it, right? They're going to reign with Yahushua 1,000 years, and that's going to be for eternity, right? The immortality that we know is future prophecy. They're going to refuse that. So, what is the consequences for those there's consequences for those that accept it. We look now at the consequences that those that are going to accept it, aka the scoffers, the haters, those that want to try and be in denial. Right? You cannot make this truth a lie. Right? It doesn't make the truth in effect just because you don't want to believe it or you want to be in denial about it. So we're going to pick up that scripture in Revelations chapter 16 and 2. And it says, and first went and poured. Let me read one. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore, right, upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. All right, so this is talking about some grievous sore. We're going to look up that word there, these words there. There's a couple words in there, but these are the consequences for those that accepted taking the mark, right? The digital currency, the tag and bag, and it's referred to as the mark in the scriptures. Let's look it up. So we want, right, we're talking about that. We're looking up the word here. The word we're looking at is sore. The word we're looking for is sore, because they're going to get a grievous sore. Let's go to the word sore first, and then we're going to come back. There you go. G1668. This is what the consequences for those that take the charagma, right, or the digital ID, or the tag and bag mark of the beast. Yeah, it says a wound. All right, it's talking about those grievous sore. There's consequences, man. All right, the Most High's movie, right? This is the Most High's movie. So you all right? You got the extras in the movie, and you got the main characters in the movie. Right? The main characters are right? The so-called Edomite, they call it. That's what they are. They're the Edomites, the E's, right? Today, right? And the scriptures to back that up. And we've got Jacob, right? Genesis 25 goes into that, right? Those particular chapters goes into that, and they're the main characters. And there's a war right now going on, right? That same war that was taking place in the womb of Rebecca, that same war. So consequences are a wound producing a discharge, pus, sore, ulcer. Now I want to check something, right? Because as we well know, right, we need to get into it, right? This tagan bag, right? It's a charagma that goes under the skin. And when you read what happens, what does radiation do to the body? Because it gives off a radiation, as we know, right? I'm looking at this from all different types of angles, as far as what happens, what does radiation do to the body. I just tap that in. Exposure to very high levels of radiation, right? Bearing in mind, there's a saw that you're going. The scriptures talk about that, and that is prophecy, such as being close to an right, the charagma underneath the skin, close to an atomic blast, right, can cause acute health effects such as skin burns, right, acute radiation syndrome, radiation sickness. It can also result in long-term health effects such as the C word and cardiovascular disease, right? These jam people, you still have to choose your words. But this is not medical advice. That's my disclaimer. Just reading what Google has to say. So going back to the blue letter, right? A woundsome wound producing a discharge, pus, sore, and ulcer. Yeah. Now, now you decide. Right? What have you to say now? Right? You I.U.I.C. What have you to say now? And all you other um, deniers, deflectors, scoffers, and haters. What have you to say now? Right? It coincides very, very close and very, very truly. It also results in long-term health effects such as the C word, cardiovascular. So that's what happens, such as being close to an atomic can cause acute health effects such as skin burns, acute. Enough said, man. Let me read it. If there's any more, just going in the spirit right now. What happens to your body when you get radiation? Let me go to this one. How does radiation affect the body? Right? Very high dosage radiation can cause impure or function of tissues. Right? Radiation can cause impair functioning of tissues and organs and produce acute effects such as nausea, vomiting, skin redness. We know what happens when they get they call it chemo, right? When you're suffering the effects of the C word, they call it. And this is what happens. It's literally what happens. I've actually known someone who was under that, the chemo, right? Skin redness, hair loss, acute radiation syndrome. There you have it. Injuries, right? Say no more. Known as radiation burns. What? Need I say more? Need I say more? Skin changes can happen any place on the body that gets radiation. Reactions like mild sunburn, some common skin changes you may have include dryness, redness, itchiness, peeling. Oh, save the best till last. Peeling, sores, ulcers, swelling. Your skin may darken in their spot. Right? Does that look familiar? Peeling, sores, ulcers. Does that look familiar? Let's go back. Wounds producing discharge, pus, a sore, and ulcer. I don't need to say any more right there. I could end the video there, but I've got a couple more scriptures to bring out. There you have it. Well, actually, yeah, I've brought the scriptures out that I wanted to bring out, and there you have it. A comparison. This is really what I wanted to make a point about from this aspect of taking the Tagan bag, the M.O.T.B, the charagma. Just wanted to read that. I've got one more point to make. One more point to make. Where was I? I think this is the one I want. There you go. Right. So there you have it. As a matter of fact, leave that there. Leave that there. Let me go to it in another way, just to bring out the. Now let's get back to it. Revelation 16 and 2, it says, and the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon them which had the mark, right? Now, I just wanted to see that in the NKJV. It says, so the first went and poured out his bowl upon the earth, and a foul and loathsome sore, right? Looking at it from a physician point of view, in the NKJV says loathsome sore, right? In the NLT, what does it say? So the first angel left the temple and poured out his bowl on the earth, and horrible malignant sore broke out on everyone who had the mark of the beast and who worshipped his statue. A malignant sore. Now I want to see what it says in the NIV. The first angel went out and poured out his bowl on the land. An ugly, festering sore broke out on the people who had the mark of the beast and worshipped its image. So this is the results of those who lack faith, all the unbelievers, the scoffers, the faith lackers, the haters, and the denials of truth, right? Sores. You're going to get sores. Horrible, malignant sores, loathsome sores, noisium sores, grievous sores, as what it says there in the KJV. But it all results in sicknesses, right? The effects of radiation, right? What it does to the skin, right? There you have it, man. Peeling, sores, ulcers, swelling. Your skin may darken in spots. There you have it. Alright, for those that get radiated. You want to get radiated, that's up to you. If you want to get radiated, that's your business. But for us and my family, for me and my family, we're going to do the spirit, we're going to go into the spirit of the Lord and hear what the spirit has to say. Alright, and choose wisely. The Wada Yahweh Messiah, that's the results there. A sore or an ulcer. So I'm going to leave it there, Akim. There you have it. Do you really want to hear it from your enemy? Well, he's telling you. You don't want to hear it from the so-called black people. Now you're going to have to hear it from your enemy. And if you don't listen, right, and you take it, you just looked at the results, what you're going to get. Right? The results will you get a sore and ulcer, right? And the malignant, horrible, but it just results in just the results, the effects of hair, ulcers, sores, the effects of radiation. You're going to get radiated. So the Wada Yahweh Shem Shai put the spirit on me to do this video once again. Alright, Kala Yahweh Shem Shai. So what have you to say now, I.U.I.C. and all you other camps? What have you to say now? Irrefutable truth. Irrefutable truth. Right? For what if some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? What have you to say now? Until the next one, we out.